Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today I'm going to show you the first phase going into pair trading on how this pair trading system will work. I'm not going to walk you through the code, but I want to show you the benefits of using something like this in terms of automated trading. Very, very powerful stuff indeed. Okay, if you've seen my article last week or video on analyzing the U.S. market and hot potential sectors, I recognize possibly housing would be a nice place to look into to see if there's anything worthwhile to trade as an opportunity regarding arbitrage. So I've developed this this Python script. One thing I'll say about Python is you can see the number of lines here. I'm doing quite a bit in less than 70 lines in Python. Powerful stuff. In order to do the same thing in MATLAB, I think I was up to 500 or 600 lines, and just be able to do this in such a small amount of number of lines is pretty impressive. So outside of that, let's check out what we're going to do. Now, there's two major things that we need to understand. I've already talked about them in the past, is that we are using Yahoo Finance to download data and capture whatever data we send over. The other thing is you may or may not have been witness to, but it's very important, is that I have been playing with Mongo. Now, for anybody who is new in Mongo or doesn't really follow me, and I keep stressing, please follow me day by day to see what I'm doing. Really important. I have now created a new playlist here under my YouTube channel under Mongo. So you can see all the latest Mongo setups that I've set up, including my Mac here. This is one video, how to set up NoSQL Mongo server with GUI. And then towards the end, we have this one called How to Import Market Sector Data into NoSQL Mongo. The database that I'm showing you is exactly from this video. So we're just continuing from this previous video. And I also have set up my Mongo script to run in the background so that my Python script can query against it. In order to understand that Mongo script, watch this video. Okay, so getting into Mongo. Okay, so as I said, there's a big piece here where it's downloading from Yahoo Finance. The other big thing is that it is connecting into Mongo and it's doing a query. This query right here is the guts of it. It is querying into this database. This is just a spreadsheet that I use to import into Mongo. But here what we're doing is two major factors. Very simple stuff. We have here, just give me a second here. I'm going to show you the columns here. So we have our ticker, our name, our exchange, category name, and category number. We could use the category number, but I'm kind of being lazy and just using category name just because it's a string and whatever. Speed is not critical here. And then the exchange. So in this case, we could have LSE, which is London Stock Exchange. We could also have the New York, Toronto. I think there's NASDAQ in here, pink sheets, and you can even go all the way down to Yahoo Finance. So we've got all the major countries covered here. France, as I said, we had the UK in there. I've seen Germany in here somewhere. So it does cover a lot of the major exchanges throughout the world, courtesy of Yahoo. So let me just show you towards the bottom here, and I think there's about 30,000 or something like that, 25,000 tickers globally from all major exchanges throughout the world. Okay, so that's the source of the data that we're querying from. One last thing. In here, you'll find the category name. Now, and what I'm doing in my script here on the query is essentially a very simple one. Only bring back those that are part of the New York Q, NYQ exchange, as well as only those that are part of the business services. So that's all I'm querying. I could easily expand this to other exchanges. I could easily expand this to other categories as well, all in the same query, so I can process all those tickers, symbols, or stocks in a list, and then what I can do is, as part of the qualifying, to see that those are the ones that I want to quote unquote look at, invest into, trade, or whatever. There's two requirements. I'm looking at the market cap needs to be at least $1 billion, and I'm also looking at the EPS current. I could also use the next if I want. It doesn't really matter. And the reason I'm using market cap of at least $1 billion is that I want to make sure that whatever potential stock I want to play, short or long, is that it has liquidity, has volume. So obviously we want a stock of a certain size, that being $1 billion is a safe bet. The other thing is I only want to play with stocks that have guidance, that give guidance with their EPS, their earnings price per share. If they don't offer that, that tells me that that company has confidence in its forward guidance. So if they don't have the confidence, why would I play it? So in order for a company to have continual shares being bought on the market, they have to list their earnings per share. But there's always those companies that choose not to be part of that. And I'll show you the spreadsheet that is generated from this. Okay, so we run through the list, we process all the available data. So what we're looking at is we're just bringing down, pulling in the symbol name, the last date, the change, the high, the low, the volume, and as I said, the earnings per share, current, next, and the market cap. That's all we need at this point. Okay, so what we're looking for now is we're going to compile a list in a spreadsheet, but really it's a CSV, as you can see here, and there'll be another process that will determine the long and the short, which is fairly easy. I'm going to show you how I do that manually, but let me run this for now. So we'll completely run this, off she goes. So what we're downloading is the script, and then the first number is the market cap, and the other number is the earnings price per share. So we're done. Bingo. Okay, so let me just see. Our latest file is generated in, where's my Python charm? Here we are. So this file right here is what we need to look at. So it's 415. That's when it was created at 415. Bingo. Let's open it up. Now this is a CSV. Can be read automatically into Excel. So let's check this out. First stock, WNS. Last was 29.50. Date was today, the January 21st. Change, high, low, whatever volume. This is the stuff that we want. We have a earnings price per share at 1566. Market cap. In this case, we're using this and this as potential long and a short to determine out of this list. So again, in my case, let's just play with the earnings price per share next and the market cap. So again, we're only looking for those that are at least $1 billion. So going through this, now here you'll notice that there's these NAs. That means, as I said earlier, that that company is not giving guidance. But you can see their competitors that are part of that category. Okay, so these companies, AXR, STN, this one SRT, we're not going to play. They don't give guidance, so screw them. So what does that mean? Well, let's play around here. Okay, just for everybody knows, this is probably potentially a long. You can see it's got a 5.57 market cap of $5.57 billion. Their EPS next is 33.12, right? So now let's look for a weak player, a short, and I think we had this one, VEC, or the other one was ATTO. Okay, so I've already assumed, let's go with, I think it's the VEC. So if I go over to my Yahoo Finance, you'll see we have ROL, which is a long right here, and the VEC would be a short. Now here's the interesting spot. So this is January 11th. They were almost identical. So if Rollins was our long, right, our VEC is down here. So we're already getting a nice spread and an arbitrage opportunity now is starting to form. Now, we could probably have a system catch that here because we know that the earnings price per share wouldn't have changed much between today's date, January 21st, and January 11th. I don't think the EPS would have changed much. So it's quite possible we could have caught this back in the day. Now, as the spread starts to widen, that is great because that is now potential for maximum or optimal profit opportunity. Now, because of that, we can set up a watch list, which I'll be developing in the future to watch that. And then once this point here, we could put a trade on for both the long and the short and watch on our watch list the discrepancy of the spread and optimally say, okay, this is our probably maximum opportunity for a pair or spread opportunity to be at its optimal. We'll dump the trade and then cash out with a nice tidy profit. So you can see that this does work. And this is just one random category that I played with what I just talked about for both where's my second spreadsheet here? With both the, let me go back to my query here, of Exchange NYQ and business services. So that's just a random play, and it clearly could work, okay? And that's just automated trading at its best. So let's do a random selection here and just do another test. So as I said, we thought, okay, let's figure housing was going to be a nice place to be in. Okay, let me just try that. God damn. Microsoft product not working again. All right. Okay. Housing. Wow. Hunk of junk. So let me just go here and choose. I think there was manufactured housing somewhere in here. So let's say, okay, if we know lumber is moving up, this could be a good play. Also, there's manufactured housing. So let's try that. Actually, yeah, lumber might be a good one. So let's try that. And let's see. I'll just change that query here. Okay. Okay, I made a mistake here. Okay. So we want to do that again. There we go. Category name. Let's just check on our exchanges, which we're just eyeballing everything here. So we have NYQ. Toronto may be a better place to test. NYQ. No, you know what? There's not a lot of companies here to play with. You know what? Let's just try Toronto, the exchange, and see what happens with this. So, again, I'm just eyeballing stuff. So let's run that. See what happens here. So like, we only have 8 companies to work with, and there's only. I don't think we'll get too far with that. It's too few. Yeah, let's try manufactured. No, that's too small as well. Let's just try one more. Let's change that to NYQ. Let's see what that will do. 6. Okay, let's put it back to Toronto and just try that. My apologies for that. We're just doing stuff randomly, as you can tell. I don't think it'll be very good, but let's try it out. Okay, so we are going to close this spreadsheet. And we should have a new one. Okay, so here's our new one. Actually, we may have something here. Okay, so this may be a long because it does meet our requirement of 1 billion. Our market cap is, our EPS is 8. Let's just say this one, 848, and we'll go with this one as a long. Okay, so we're going to set that as a long, the NBD TO and CFP TO. So let's check it out. So let's, so our long is going to be NBD. Now, as you can see, I don't know anything about these companies, and the computer won't know anything about it, nor would. Okay, and then we'll do a 3-month, and then let's do, I think we said, it's NBD. Yeah, it's a $2 billion company. That's a 1.83 billion, so we'll put that as a short CFP. CFP TO. Oops. CFP TO. Can for. That's our short. Okay. So we'll do 3-month, and then we'll do a comparison. NBD, NBD, TO. Let's see how we do here. Okay, similar thing. So our red is our long. Okay, you can see a pattern here. Again, we cross at January 5th. That retains, but our short, this is awesome. You can see our short, which is in blue, is the CFP TO. So again, we have a very similar situation where we could profit off of that. Cool. This is just one of many examples that you can use this script to look for opportunities and trading opportunities, and specifically pairs that you could use to profit off of basically arbitrage. I'm pretty excited on that, and continuing along, we'll have a watch list that we maintain, do some little technical trading to confirm timing on the trading, and then the other part is do the automated order management as well. Very simple system, but you see the potential. Pretty exciting stuff. Actually, you know what? let's let's do one more. I just want to convince myself that this could be something worth pursuing. So anything that's related around housing. Let's see, housing. Anything to do with construction. Mortgage investment. Okay, let's try that. So we have Toronto again. NYQ. NYQ. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to do mortgage investment on the. Okay, so we're going to do mortgage investment as a category. Let's see if we go 3 for 3. Okay, I just did something bad there. So mortgage investment, and now we're going to go with NYQ. So you can see that this would work on pretty well any exchange. Again, in Toronto, I could do the same thing. I could also, again, not only just do Toronto, but I could also expand it into Vancouver as well, because it's the same region, trading on the same exchange. So that is the advantages I have with just in Canada, but I also expand this to the US as well. and just have not just New York, but also NASDAQ and so on and so forth. You get the idea. So now we're going to run this script on the exchange for New York with the mortgage investment. So let me, okay, so let me just run this, see what happens here. Okay, so how many did we have? We had 15 to play with. Okay, that's fine. So let's open this stocks up. So here we are. Okay, so we are looking for a market cap. There's nothing a lot of $1 billion, but we could always change these whenever we want. You know, we could set it at 500,000, but I don't know. Looks like we have no choice. So we have this one, Ali, and let's see. What would I go with? This is a tough one. It's not a very strong. Okay, let's try WD as our long. I mean, it's 705 million, but let's just try it just for kicks. It has a decent little long, but then we'll use maybe this one. It's only $15 million, but our EPS, JGW, of being the short. Okay, so our long is going to be WD, let's say. WD. So WD, and I think that was going to be our long. So we'll do a 3-month. Okay, or that doesn't look too good. So that is possible. I don't feel comfortable with this category, but we're just trying it out. And then we're going to try JGW. JGW. Okay, JGW. Oop, no. Okay, let me just do this. So this is our short in blue, 3-month. And we're going to do a comparison of, I think it was WD. Okay. I mean, if you caught it here, that's a nice spread opportunity. Wow. So that's quite a bit. But you would want to catch it here. But you can see the idea here how this works. But the timing's not the best. But who knows? But it's kind of potential for opportunity with this type of spread. So there you go. Again, pretty impressive. But this is just an idea, and thought I'd just put it out there and show you this script. I will have a pretty well detailed walkthrough of this for my Quant Leap members, so I'll create a video for that. So hang tight.